In a Collin County courthouse today, defense attorneys went first, and they shared a disturbing history of violent behavior by Austin Metcalf.
Right.
And it appears tomorrow is going to be no different. Our JD Miles tonight has a 75-page document that's going to be presented tomorrow, taking a deep look into Karmelo Anthony's past. It remains to be seen how his supporters will react tomorrow, but it was clear that they were pleased with what they heard in court today.
There were chants and cheers outside the Collin County courthouse this evening when the hearing over whether Karmelo Anthony should get a new trial wrapped up its first day. A day when evidence was presented showing Austin Metcalf's disturbing record of fights, bullying, and racist behavior. Karmelo Anthony was dressed in a suit and tie for this morning's hearing, which began with the defense arguing that efforts by the trial judge and prosecutors to combat threats and deal with disruptions actually prevented Anthony from getting an open and fair trial. But bombshell testimony came this afternoon from Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation. Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff, we did some vandalism." There are several documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school, and in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying and assaulting a female, which led to his arrest.
They were just thugs. They the thugs. It was just thugs.
During an argument in 2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach. He was also kicked out of a football game and texted someone later, "I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids." At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, "behind our bench was talking wild," Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF."
See, he got a history of doing this at track meets. See?
During the 2023-2024 school year, he received in-school suspension twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 revealed that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B word and used profanity. He told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming out of his mouth. In 2024, on at least 5 occasions, Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during a football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity at a player. Metcalf also got suspended after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day.
This is the guy that everybody wants to frame as this innocent guy. This the guy.
But the never-before-released details of Anthony's early years in Louisiana up to the day of his arrest for murder are also disturbing. On the day that Karmelo Anthony would fatally stab Austin Metcalf, prosecutors say he sent this text message at 1 a.m., which said, quote, "I'm low-key on the verge," and then emphasized it. Later in the morning, on April 2nd, 2025, and hours before Anthony would kill Metcalf with a knife at a high school track.
See, I don't like how CBS is being dishonest about that. That's dishonest right there. What does that entail? He said I'm low-key. You could say I'm low-key on the verge of anything. He didn't say I'm low-key on the verge of doing anything. He said I'm low-key on the verge. See, CBS, y'all, okay. Y'all biased as fuck, bro.
Prosecutors say Anthony's girlfriend reported to a Centennial High School staff member that Anthony was engaging in stalking behavior, to include but not limited to driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end their relationship.
But what does that have to do? Again, bro.
Also, in the 75-page filing, prosecutors say Anthony had previously been accused of stealing his girlfriend's phone, and in October 2024, wrote a to-do list for his girlfriend about how to deal with, quote, weirdos, which included the line, "Say some slick like my boyfriend kill people." There are also text messages where he admits on at least 2 occasions to punching girls in the face. Prosecutors also found text messages from 2021 between Anthony.
No way in hell I condone that if that's what happened.
And another student about robbing someone of $300. There are also text messages where Anthony talks about a fight and punching someone so hard he had to stop fighting. In 2023, prosecutors say Anthony told a friend he was going to vandalize someone's house in Austin, saying, quote, "I just feel like it. I got a grudge." In 2021, Anthony told a friend he had been suspended from school for 3 days for fighting, saying, quote, "They said next time I do some, I get recommended for expulsion." In a text conversation with a friend in 2023, prosecutors have messages from Anthony where he wrote, "I'ma shoot the school up tomorrow with my blick," but later sends messages saying, "I would never actually do that." In a 2024 text thread, prosecutors say Anthony admitted to carrying a firearm, telling a friend before a party that he would have the gun in my pocket.
Again, this has nothing to do with the motive of what happened between him and Metcalf's. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing. This is what they do. It has nothing to do with that. Literally nothing. This doesn't show intent at all. But for the people that said that the Metcalf twins had in this whole situation had nothing to do with race, and they're literally racist. It has everything to do with the case. See, this is why they kept this shit out.
There are other message threads where Anthony also mentions carrying a gun. After numerous suspensions for fighting while attending school in Louisiana, there are messages between Anthony and his girlfriend after he moved to Frisco. In one message thread, she suggests he should sit for a while, and he replied, "Yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometimes. I have to. It's like a priority for me. I like punching people. When I get mad, I see red. When I get mad, I black out. When I get mad, I can't control myself."
See how they
Prosecutors also produced messages where Anthony admits to getting high and drinking alcohol and even talking about selling drugs to get guns. In 2024, prosecutors say Anthony even attempted to assault a teacher, saying, "I put my hands and face and everything." Also,
but the Metcalf twin did assault the teacher. See,
so in 2024,
they trying to make it
obtained
equal,
by
and it's not,
prosecutors suggest Anthony tried to bring a weapon into the State Fair of Texas, asking a friend if the State Fair got metal detectors. When he was told yes, his friend responded, "You got the poker?" "Yeah, I might have to toss it," replied Anthony.
So?
Prosecutors say Anthony admitted to stealing a watch and earbuds in separate burglaries in Collin County, and also to bringing a weapon onto a Frisco school campus, saying this about his girlfriend: "She went in my bag to get my computer, and I said no, and she still went in it and grabbed it, and my gun and my knife and some other stuff fell out." There are numerous unreleased photos and videos of Anthony holding firearms and making threats, and authorities found it.
This picture right here, he was with a group of white guys when he took it. CBS, y'all dirty, bro. Y'all are some dirty motherfuckers, bro.
Note on Anthony's phone with a long list of disturbing racial tropes and slurs about blacks, whites, and Hispanics. In one message thread, prosecutors say Anthony wrote, "I hate gay people." Prosecutors
see, that has nothing to do with the case. They see what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn the public against them, and it's not going to work. This is why this shit got recused. See, yeah, CBS, y'all some dirty motherfuckers, bro.
Say Anthony repeatedly threatened to murder his girlfriend in text messages. Some of them saying, "How many bullets you want coming out of your chest?" and "I'm going to get you," expletive. He also threatened her with a knife in one message and told her in another, "When I stab somebody, I'm going to lick their blood off the blade." Prosecutors and defense attorneys were able to develop these character reports from a combination of school records, police reports, and cell phone extractions. The hearing is expected to end sometime tomorrow. It will resume at 9 a.m. We know that the first defense witness will be the other trial defense attorney, Toby Shook. In McKinney, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
At the end of the day, again, none of that has to do with what happened on those bleachers. Had Austin not touch him, Austin would still be here. Karmelo wouldn't be in jail for defending himself. None of that has to do with the case. Even with Austin's side, none of it has anything to do with the actual case, besides the fact that they said it wasn't racially motivated, and clearly on the Metcalf twins' behalf, it was. What are we talking about? So just because someone has a history, just like so even though Austin has a bad history, it's funny how that never was talked about. He was showed as this promising young white hardworking twin that was just defending his team, and Karmelo just came over there, taunted him, and then, man, nah, Karmelo finna get off. You can obviously see that a lot of this shit don't connect. What does any of that have to do with what happened that day? Because he said the night before he's on the verge. You can say you on the verge of anything. There's a lot of shit I say in a text message that has nothing to do with something else going on during the day, the next day. What are you, like, CBS, I don't like how y'all reaching, man. Like, y'all be showing y'all true colors for real. That ain't cool. If we can stick to the facts, and say, that, you know, this is what Karmelo did based off of X, Y, and Z, the black community and people that are defending Karmelo have no problem with that. What we're not trying to do is accept the fact that y'all saying it doesn't have anything to do with race and a motive, and the fact that Austin would still be here had he kept his fucking hands to himself. But you can hear from his history, he has a history of not keeping his hands to himself. Now, on Karmelo's behalf, his history doesn't recall from him putting his hands on people. He says some shit, but he doesn't have a history of putting his hands on people. Austin does. They literally, okay, let's go to it. because I can hear somebody already. Hold on.
Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word.
Yeah, anybody hailing Hitler should be automatically extradited out the country. Like, how are y'all even allowing this shit on soil, bruh? Like, for real, hold on.
Were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation. Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school. And in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying.
You see how they only showing see how they framing this, how they trying to show certain pictures to show that when it happened, they said this when they look like this. You see how they allegedly doing this shit? Look.
Assaulting a female, which led to his arrest. During an argument in
Karmelo, they show a whole nother kind of pictures.
2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach.
Can't keep his hands to himself.
He was also kicked out of a football game and texted someone later, "I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids." At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, "behind our bench was talking wild," Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF."
Kill that.
During the 2023-2024 school year, he received in-school suspension twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 revealed that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B-word.
So what they're doing is they're stating exactly what he did, but they're showing a slideshow of him being a kid. See how they framing it, right?
And used profanity. He told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming out of his mouth.
You can even hear the tone and how the reporter is saying it. It's completely different than watch.
In 2024, on at least 5 occasions, Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during a football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity.
So what they're doing is the same thing they do when they have those medication commercials and they have those people happy and dancing, but they're telling all the side effects really fast. This is what they're doing, so people don't think it's that bad.
The other player,
look,
Metcalf, also got suspended
bro.
after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day.
And I said about, look how they started out with Karmelo. Look, immediately. Mugshots, immediately, look.
The never-before-released details of Anthony's early years in Louisiana, up to the day of his arrest for murder, are also disturbing. On the day that Karmelo Anthony would fatally stab Austin Metcalf, prosecutors say he sent this text message at 1 a.m., which said, quote, "I'm low-key on the verge," and then emphasized it. Later in the morning, on April 2nd, 2025, and hours before Anthony would kill Metcalf with a knife at a high school track meet, prosecutors say Anthony's girlfriend reported to a Centennial High School staff member that Anthony was engaging in stalking behavior, to include but not limited to driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end their relationships from 2020.
Here's another picture.
Anthony and another student about robbing someone.
Like they can't find no decent pictures of him.
He admitted to carrying a firearm, telling a friend before a party that he would have a gun in my pocket. There are other message threads where Anthony also mentions carrying a gun. After numerous suspensions for numerous unreleased photos and videos put on Anthony's phone with the long.
Why can't they show the clear version of this picture? They even grained this. There's only a clear version available, and he's in the picture with other kids that were holding that same gun. Bro, y'all dirty, bro. Just dirty. Just report the facts and leave it up to the people to decide how they want to feel about it. Don't try to curb this shit. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. They showed a whole slideshow. They showed a whole slideshow of him looking calm and decent and mellow, as a child with his brother, as a football player. Karmelo ran track. He got film. He got all kind of shit. Look at all these docile pictures they picked as him excited, as a happy kid. Come on, man. Y'all dirty. And then y'all go right to him with some mug shots. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out. If he went there with the intent on doing that, even if that was the case, had Austin not even got in his space, he would still be here today. People keep trying to skip over that fact. That man would be here had he kept his hands to himself. But given his history of hitting girls and bullying other people, he doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself. Hence the reason why you met somebody like Karmelo, quote unquote, short fuse or whatever he's going through, and he put his hands on them and sent them to the gulag. Like, you gotta chill, bro. But what we not finna do is try to sit here and create a narrative about something when it's right here. That ain't fair. Call a spade a spade. Tell the story and allow people to decide on their own what they want to believe. Stop trying to skew the story. That's what y'all doing. That's why I don't rock with y'all red states like that. And this has nothing to do with the people, you know, that may see this that I'm talking to. I'm talking to any and everybody in the media that whenever it's a black or white person versus each other, they always are siding with the white person. Like, they got to cut that shit out. If you're going to be the news, be the news. Allow people to make the decisions for themselves. Stop trying to create a narrative. 'Cause that ain't cool. They ran off a whole, Karmelo this and Karmelo this. It has nothing to do with what happened that day. None of it. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. I must be a criminal too. I done took a knife to school. I used to walk with a knife to school with me all the time, just so I could make it to school. See, it's a lot of shit y'all don't know, but people always want to talk and reference certain things without having the experience. I'm not saying that that's right, but that's what he had to do to protect himself. You're in the state of Texas. People carry knives all the time, or whatever it is you want to call it. Fact of the matter is, that boy would still be here if he kept his hands to himself. Bingo. Had he kept his hands to himself, he would be here. You can make any excuse all you want. You can call Karmelo all you want. Don't care. He would be here if he kept him hands to himself. His little hands should have stayed on his little body, and he would still be here. They know what they doing, man. Shame on the news. This is what I'm talking about. The news got to die, because this is trash. This trash reporting, bro. This trash reporting. If he went there with the malicious intent on doing that, I can understand that. We're not saying don't hold him accountable for if he did something with intent, but he did. And it was avoidable had he kept his hands to himself. Ayo Bassel TV. Like, comment, share. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.